Imagine you're stepping into the future, not 5 years from now, not someday, right now. You hear the buzz everywhere: full self-driving, robo-taxis, autonomy finally waking up. And at the center of it all, Tesla, with everyone else scrambling to keep up. You've probably heard the claim. Elon says Waymo never really had a chance. Sounds bold, sounds arrogant. But here's the twist. You might expect this to be controversial. It isn't. If you've done the homework, this has been obvious for years. There are numbers hiding in plain sight, numbers most people skip over, numbers that quietly, brutally explain why this race was over before most realized it even started. So lean in, because once you see them, you can't unsee them. And if you like uncovering the future before it becomes history, go ahead, like and subscribe to Dravexa. You'll want to be here when hindsight kicks in. Now, yes, you're seeing headlines everywhere. Momentum for autonomy. Not just Tesla, Waymo, Lyft, Uber. Everyone wants a piece. But here's where things start to fracture. Morgan Stanley drops a forecast, 2032, 7 years out. They say Tesla handles just 25% of U.S. autonomous trips. Waymo, 35%. Uber, 22%. Lyft, 7%. Sounds balanced. Sounds reasonable. Until you stop and think. Tesla is the only one on that list that builds its own cars. In-house, at scale, at a fraction of the cost. Everyone else, they rent the future. Tesla manufactures it. So ask yourself this. If Tesla truly cracks unsupervised full self-driving, and Elon says they have, what exactly is stopping them? No third-party vehicles, no retrofitting, no Frankenstein hardware stitched on after the fact. Once it's live, Tesla doesn't roll out slowly, it explodes. Now you'll hear counter-moves. Nissan partners with Wave, big announcement, big promises. Driver assist tech, Japan, 2027. But pause, look closer. This isn't robo-taxi autonomy. This is supervised driving, plus LiDAR strapped to the roof, extra sensors bolted on later. Same old playbook. Build the car first, patch autonomy on afterward. That's Waymo's Model 2, and it's expensive, heavy, awkward. And let's be honest, you don't want to drive around in something that looks like it escaped a robotics lab. Tesla doesn't need roof racks, no spinning towers, no sci-fi scaffolding. Clean lines, clean data, clean scale. And here's the kicker. Nissan is already losing money on EVs. Now split the profits between Nissan and Wave. Add more hardware, add more complexity. At some point you have to ask, who's paying for this future? That's the same wall Waymo keeps running into. Scaling sounds easy until you try to replicate a $1 million sensor stack across the planet. Now zoom out, because while others are still testing, Tesla might already be validating. Sydney, Australia, a Model Y, something on the roof. Seen quietly cruising a parking structure, gone before anyone could film it. Version 14, robo-taxi validation. Interesting, right? If Tesla is testing LiDAR temporarily, it's not for deployment, it's for verification. Train the system, prove the system, then remove the crutch. Meanwhile, Waymo is actually giving rides. Credit where it's due. San Francisco to Menlo Park, highway speeds, fully autonomous. They've ramped from 250 rides a week to 450. That's progress. But here's the part nobody likes to talk about. Scaling a demo is easy. Scaling economics is hard. Every Waymo car is expensive. Every expansion is slow. Every city is a bespoke operation. Tesla doesn't expand city by city. It updates the fleet overnight. And this is where the story turns, because autonomy isn't about who drives first, it's about who scales last. Let's slow this down for a second and put real numbers on the table, because right now, most people aren't thinking logically. They're not doing the math. And without the math, this entire autonomy debate turns into noise. So imagine this with me. Autonomous vehicles are the future, not optional, not niche, at scale. Maybe not 100% sure, there will always be edge cases, but let's be conservative. Say 85% of all transportation eventually becomes autonomous. At that point, it all boils down to one metric. Not hype, not demos, vehicle miles traveled. So anchor this in reality. In the US alone, annual vehicle miles traveled sit at around 3.3 trillion miles. That's roughly 9 billion miles every single day. Factor in modest growth, and you're at 9.1 billion miles per day. Now zoom out, because the US represents roughly 25 to 30% of global vehicle miles traveled. That puts the world at 37.7 billion miles per day.
Now remember our assumption, 85% autonomous. That's 28.6 billion miles every day that autonomous vehicles would need to cover. So here's the real question. How many robo-taxis does that actually take? Picture a robo-taxi working hard, 12 to 18 hours a day, racking up 300 to 500 miles daily. Let's be generous and call it 400 miles per day. Do the math. To cover 28.6 billion miles, you'd need roughly 71.5 million autonomous vehicles. Not 10,000, not 100,000, 71 million. Now let's talk about Waymo. Waymo plans to add about 2,000 robo-taxis per year in the near term. Long term, they've floated a goal of 10,000 units annually. Sounds impressive until you zoom out. At 10,000 vehicles per year, even if Waymo handled the entire planet alone, it would take them over 7,000 years to build the fleet required. 7,000 years. That's not scale, that's a science project. And competitors like Zoox, similar numbers, similar ambitions. Nothing even remotely aggressive enough to move the global needle. So the idea that these companies will dominate the global robo-taxi market? It doesn't just feel wrong, it doesn't add up. Now shift your focus to Tesla, because Tesla plays a completely different game. Tesla doesn't retrofit cars, they don't bolt on towers, they don't assemble autonomy afterward. Every Tesla rolls off the production line already built for autonomy. Sensors integrated, compute on board, software native. And here's the part people overlook. Tesla already has production capacity approaching 2 million vehicles per year. That's 2 million potential robo-taxis every single year. No redesign, no retooling, no waiting. And this is where things start to get uncomfortable. Because once autonomy works, manufacturing becomes destiny. And Tesla, they're already manufacturing the future. Now imagine this. Even if Tesla never scaled another factory, never pushed harder, never accelerated, if they simply redirected their existing production toward autonomy, Tesla alone could satisfy the global vehicle mile demand in about 37 years. That's without ambition. That's without growth. That's Tesla standing still. But you already know that's not how this works. Tesla doesn't stand still. They've openly talked about 20 million vehicles a year. Let's ignore that. Let's be conservative. Let's cap them at 10 million annually, even though that number stops making sense once robo-taxis replace private ownership entirely. So play this out. Assume Tesla reaches 10 million units per year within the next decade. Ignore the 8 million vehicles already on the road. Assume a simple linear ramp from 2026 to 2035. That alone adds roughly 63 million vehicles to Tesla's fleet. 63 million. Remember the number we calculated earlier? About 71.5 million autonomous vehicles to run most of the planet. Which means Tesla gets dangerously close to covering global autonomous transport in just 10 years. 10! And once Tesla hits that 10 million per year rhythm, they could replace the entire robo-taxi fleet again in just 7 years. That's the scale we're talking about. That's the speed required for autonomy to actually happen, not in theory, but in reality. Now contrast that with Waymo. Yes, they're growing. Yes, 450,000 rides per week sounds impressive, but zoom out. They've been running robo-taxis for 7 years. They have about 2,500 vehicles on the road. They can manufacture roughly 2,000 units per year, even if they somehow hit 10,000 annually. That's what Tesla produces in about 2 days. This isn't an insult, it's arithmetic. This is why Waymo doesn't have scale. It just looks like it does because you're zoomed in. And this is exactly what Elon was talking about back in 2020. Eventually, everyone will have long-range EVs. Eventually, everyone will have autonomy. But not everyone can manufacture. Manufacturing at scale, manufacturing at low cost, that's the bottleneck. That's the moat. Waymo still builds cars manually. They map every centimeter. They geofence where cars can drive. Tesla flips that logic. Tesla's system drives everywhere. Geofencing only limits where it's allowed to drive. Waymo's vehicles are expensive science experiments. Tesla's robo-taxis are, economically speaking, just normal EVs. And that's before the next shift, because Tesla is about to introduce the Cybercab, cheaper than a normal EV, likely half the production cost, cheaper than what legacy automakers paid just to break even. And this is the real separation. Tesla isn't just building autonomy, they're building an ecosystem. Full self-driving, custom AI chips, the car itself, wireless charging, autonomous cleaning stations, a single unified app tying it all together. No handoffs, no dependencies, no compromises. If this breakdown helped you see the gap more clearly, make sure you're subscribed to Dravexa. This channel exists to zoom out because the future only looks confusing when you're standing too close. And once you zoom out far enough, the winner stops being a debate. So when you strip away the hype and ask a simple question, who can actually turn autonomy into reality over the next 10, 20 years, you keep circling back to the same answer: Tesla. Not because of tweets, not because of promises, but because of math. They have the technology, they control the supply chain, they have the cost advantage, they have the factories, they have the goal. Everyone else has pieces. If Waymo stayed at its current pace, about 2,000 vehicles a year, it would take roughly 35,000 years to build the fleet the world actually needs. 35,000. Yes, they'll scale somewhat, of course they will, but this isn't about participating, it's about dominating. Waymo might become a regional player, a niche service, a well-run operation in a few cities, but global dominance? That fantasy collapses the moment you look at production. Even if their software magically scaled overnight, they'd still be trapped by reality. Manual sensor installs, expensive hardware, slow rollout. Every car is a custom build. Every expansion is friction. Now look at Tesla. While regulators debate, Tesla is already putting thousands of cars on the road every single day, more cars per day than Waymo has in its entire fleet. Let that sink in. Every Tesla rolling off the line today is a future autonomous vehicle, waiting, learning, ready. Everyone else, Nissan, Rivian, the rest, they're just starting. Tesla will have millions of autonomy-capable vehicles deployed long before anyone else solves a general solution at comparable cost. That's the first-mover advantage people underestimate. Not months, not quarters, years. And that's why Elon said what he said, that Waymo never really had a chance and that it would be obvious in hindsight. Here's the uncomfortable truth. It's already obvious. If you've been running the numbers, following the manufacturing, watching the cost curves, this conclusion hasn't changed in years. Waymo is impressive. They are leading today, but leadership in demos doesn't win markets. Scale does. Tesla will overtake them, not with flash, but with volume, with cost, with experience. And once Tesla enters a market at full force, it doesn't coexist, it overwhelms. So ask yourself one final question. Why would you choose a Waymo robo-taxi? when you pay more to get less. People love opinions right up until it hits their wallet. If you want to stay ahead of that moment, make sure you're subscribed to Dravexa. We don't wait for hindsight. We explain it before it arrives. Thanks for listening. Take care out there, and be nice.